Welcome to the stream, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. This is a little bit of a weird day for me. It feels weird to be streaming on a Thursday, but you know, I got the day off and I've been dying to open this. I've been wanting one of these for like 2 years, ever since I remember them first coming out when I was still on Mixer. I have wanted one of these handy little tools so badly, and when I built my PC, when we moved down to Virginia and I switched from streaming on console to PC, it just wasn't in the budget, and I wanted to spend as much as I could to get a PC that could handle what I was trying to do. So it just kind of went on the back burner, but some of my crypto did a little bit, got a little profit out of that, and I was like, you know what, I'll get the mini. I don't have space on my desk for the big one, but I got the mini. So we'll open this bad boy up. I also want to talk to everybody about a meeting that I had with the CEO of Koji. It was really cool. Dimitri, super awesome, pleasant person. I have met with a few CEOs in the past for different companies, and out of all of them, I gotta say that Dimitri seemed to be the most down-to-earth and realist, most willing to explain what was going on rather than just kind of expecting you to jump in there and figure everything out for yourself. They were very willing to explain the concepts behind what they were showing me. So that was great. Absolutely wonderful company. Everybody that I've dealt with over there has been really cool. But they're way more than just a link tree. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it is not just built around putting your links in there and consolidating it so that people can come by and easily find where all of your ish is. These are actually apps. They're creating app versions of all of your favorite platforms like Patreon and not OpenSea, OnlyFans and stuff like that. They're creating app versions of this so that people can access that and pay you directly for this type of content just through your link. So as much as you can promote yourself and as much as you can get your name out there and build your brand, you can monetize, and you can get 100% of tips, and you get 95% of physical and digital product orders. It's pretty cool. So I want to discuss some of the ideas that I had, how I've been using it to monetize. I started up consulting over there using one of their apps, and I've made $125 in the first week. Whereas when I was on Twitch and I was relying on subs and bits and stuff like that, I think the entire time I streamed over there, I made about 125 bucks. So it's just all about being able to provide value, and I feel like Koji adds more opportunity for streamers to do that without having to feel like you're mooching off of your community, because I know a lot of people hate that aspect of monetization. They don't want to monetize because they don't want to be a mooch, and I feel that. I did that too. I hated putting up like tip sections, and you know, I always felt like donation goals were kind of cheesy. I had it because I really wanted some upgrades. And fortunately, it sat well with the community and they really liked it at the time, but I just never really liked it. I never felt great. I always wanted to provide something more than just expect people to dump money on me, you know, if that makes sense. But anyways, let's get this baby open. There's my knife. Oh my god, fell on my foot. I hope everyone is having a great week. Mine has been off to a decent start. Just been working most of the week, kind of trying to get my head around car breaking down and a lot of meetings and stuff going on. But, you know, that's life. And for the first time in really ever that I can remember, I actually have the money to take care of what I need to and to make these repairs. So that's so relaxing. All right. Snip, snip. I love this knife for unboxing. It's so nice. It's actually a French vineyard knife, but it works perfect for unboxing things. This is my first unboxing, so bear with me. make sure that it doesn't just like fall out when I open this. Go. Oh, we got a nice little booklet with it. And that's it. All right. So we got StreamDeck Mini, little handy booklet. Flip that open in a second. And that's just warranty. Ooh, it's pretty. I love that. For the longest time, I didn't know that these were little screens. I thought they were just like preset icons. And then I found out they were actually screens that you can program, and it just blew my mind. Wow, this is solid. I was expecting it to feel a lot cheaper than this. That is a nice piece of equipment. I expected it to feel a lot more plasticky, and it's definitely plastic, but it doesn't feel like hollow. It feels solid. I was expecting it to feel like, yeah, no, those buttons don't have any like hollow tap to them. They're very, very well set in there. Nice. Well, that's beautiful. All right. Let's see what the instructions say. I'm gonna plug it in. I'll switch over to grab my screen so that we can walk through setting this up, at least through the initial stages, so that y'all can see what it's like when you buy one of these for the first time. I'm guessing it should just be plug and play, like plug it on into the USB and it should download everything. Quick start guide. Download and install the StreamDeck app. All right, let's do that. StreamDeck app. StreamDeck Elgato. Downloads. There we go. Select your products. StreamDeck Mini for Windows. Sweet. All right. Well, this is pretty easy so far. I am really excited to hop on some games this afternoon, though. I have the day off. I spent all morning working on graphics and getting a new resume together because I am applying for new jobs. And this afternoon's going to be a little bit of me time, a little bit of relax time. All right. Setup wizard, working through that, accepting agreement. Let me check how much I have. It's asking whether I want to put it on my SSD or my big one, and I don't know if I want to slap it on the big one or not because of the added slowdown. I might just put this on my SSD, which is what I have all my system files on and everything. Yeah, let's just put it on there. If I feel like moving it, I feel like I can move it later pretty easily. I just don't have a lot of space on the SSD. But for something like this where it's streaming related and I want that faster access to it, I think I'm gonna make that choice. Oh, all right, so that's installed. That was ridiculously quick. Ridiculously quick. So now it says, connect StreamDeck Mini directly to a USB port on your PC or Mac. Do not use a USB hub. Well, that's perfect because I don't have a USB hub. All right. I have the perfect little spot for this dude too. You tiny sir are gonna sit right here. Wonder if I can bend the webcam down so y'all can see where I'm at. I'll just pick the damn thing up. How about that? I don't understand that. You go to plug USB in and it doesn't go in, and then you turn it around and it also doesn't go in, and then you turn it back to the way you originally had it and it fucking goes in. I don't get it every time. Why are things this way? Why is this the way the world works? Oh god. Launch the app to customize the StreamDeck Mini. Alright, now that I've gotten through the boring stuff, I'm gonna pop over to screen view. Let me add a screen capture here. Rah! Yeah, we'll just go with that. All right. You go all the way to the back. All right. All right, so pop this up. All right, of chat over there so I can see it. So, says configure your actions and personalized keys with custom icons. Best results, use 72 by 72. All right, so let's just click this one. Drag an action from the right and drop it into the empty key above. All right, so let's put a scene change over here. Title, be right back. Let's see, this is the be right back screen. Screenshot. No, that's not. Oh no, this is game capture. Okay, so I was clicking on game capture. That's not what you want. You want OBS. So I would want OBS Studio. Right? Oh my goodness, so many. Okay, so there's a bunch of them on the right side that are going to allow you to just pop stuff in there automatically, and it'll just, I guess, do it. So let's try doing this one for OBS. Stream, remote control, reinstall StreamDeck, then try again. Not sure what's going on with that. So it says the Elgato remote control plugin is missing. The good part is these icons are showing up very quickly and easily on the Stream Deck itself. It's just figuring out how to get them to do something that might be the issue now. So it says that to reinstall Stream Deck, then try again. So, oh, maybe it's not finished. It just said finish. So maybe it wasn't finished. Let's try opening it back up again and see if that helps. There's gotta be a shortcut somewhere around here. There it is. Okay. No, it says please, still says that. Please reinstall and try again. Huh. Well, it's interesting. Let's try checking for updates. Now it says updates are all there. Update firmware? Maybe. Yeah, let's just try updating. Okay, update successful. Nope, still says please reinstall. Okay, let's delete that real quick. It's the welcome say. So you can add a bunch of pages to this as well. So that's interesting though. So I can add, so I have 6 buttons and I can add another page with another 6 buttons and I can toggle between them if I want. Wonder how many pages I can add. Oh geez, I can add a lot of pages. Yes. Okay, well, that's pretty good. I like that. I think once I get this down and I start figuring out how to utilize it a little bit better, that'll be possible. As of right now, I think that might be kind of difficult because I am on a single monitor. That's kind of one of the reasons that I bought this, actually, is so that on the single monitor I could kind of manage things a little bit better and jump back and forth between scenes and not have to be in OBS quite so much. The idea is that I could eventually get to a point where I have the game basically full screen, and just have a chat pop out and then control everything for the stream through the StreamDeck, so I don't have to go into OBS at all. Ideally. It seems like it's giving me a little bit of trouble right now, but I will see what's going on with that once I pop off. I don't want to sit here fiddling with uninstalling and reinstalling too much, because I personally would not enjoy watching that, and I don't feel like making you sit through it either. Also want to give a shout out to Truey on Twitter. She's also on YouTube as well. She does stream tutorials and things like that, but she had a question a little while ago and was like, how many lights do you use in your streaming setup? And I was thinking, well, I use this, what I got going on right now, for filming my YouTube videos. And I really love the look of it. I think that it's a lot nicer, it's a lot cleaner. But I could never get it to look like this on webcam because of that stupid window. It just never focused right, and it always washed it out, and I couldn't get the blue to come through. It just looked like absolute crap. But thanks to her saying, well, maybe you need to figure out a workaround for that, because I was literally just using one light for streaming versus four for filming. She's like, maybe you need to start using those lights a little bit better. And I got thinking about it, like, yeah, probably could use those lights a little bit better. So after the digitized end stream last week, where I did this setup at night when it was dark enough for everything to show, I just kind of started playing around with the room today and figured out how I can get it to look like this consistently every single time. And finally found something that blocks the window out. And it's a work in progress, obviously. Aesthetically, I want to get something that's a little bit different. But I feel like this is a whole hell of a lot better than having that whole side of me just washed out. So I'm excited for streams going forward. We're gonna have a good time. I think the quality is only gonna keep getting better. Once my Canon M50 Mark II comes in, oof, it's gonna be sexy. Oh man, the streams are gonna be beautiful, and YouTube videos will be able to start getting onto a little bit better schedule, start cranking those out. I'd like to get to where I'm making one video a week, and I think that I can do that because I have the ideas and I have the scripts for it. I just don't have the time to film it is the issue, because the way I'm doing it right now, I have to get my Canon Rebel out, film it on that, then sync the footage up in, download the footage, then sync it up in the PC in DaVinci with the audio that I recorded in OBS from my Blue Yeti, and then try to get all of those to line up properly and then edit, and it's a mess. And also the Rebel can only film for 12 minutes at a time. So if I get onto a little bit longer video, or I am having a rough day and I'm getting a little bit off track, or I'm stuttering, it's so frustrating to be in the middle of the flow and then just your click, you're like, So once the M50 comes in, streams and videos are going to be a whole lot more regular. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you guys are too. Now on to what I was talking about with Koji. I sat down with them on Monday and I was super nervous, to be completely honest. I was really nervous because I hadn't sat down with any CEOs in a while, and especially not somebody who had messaged me out of the blue just like, hey, I'm interested in what you do and I want to sit down with you. It was usually for representing another entity. It wasn't just like me out on my own sitting down with somebody. So I was pretty nervous to start with, but they definitely put me at ease, and I just kind of sat back and enjoyed the ride for the most part. But running me through their link tree kind of helped me clarify some of these ideas that I had about content creation and where that industry was going, to where these small brands are able to provide enough value to sustain themselves once they step away from that broader corporate streamer side of things, with just focusing solely on trying to eke out a living from what Twitch throws your way, or from what ad revenue you get from YouTube and things like that, and trying your best to get brand deals. And a lot of people make good money doing that, but if you're not familiar with those things, you're not familiar with brand deals, you're not at the size where those are lucrative for you yet, I really feel like it's getting to a point where you can still monetize and you can still find ways to make this a stable income for yourself, at least to the point where you can take a step back from your other pursuits and spend some more time with doing what you love. Even if it is a lot of work, it's still what we love to do. So Koji, by creating app versions of our favorite monetization platforms, they have put that all under one roof. So like if you go to my Koji, I've updated it a little bit with some other stuff that I wanted to show you guys. There. So this is, obviously my new YouTube video that can pop up. This is Tip Me. That's a fee-less tip jar where anybody can just put in their credit card and it goes straight to my Koji wallet. I can then cash it out whenever I want to. This is what I started my own consultation business with, which has actually made me $125 in the past week alone. I've only been doing this for 1 week and I've already made $125 off of it, because I figured out a way that I can provide a service and I can provide actual value to people in the community using my experience. I'm not just expecting people to throw money at me and be like, oh, good advice, here's some cash. I hate that. I would much rather give people something solid and concrete that they can work with for their hard-earned cash, because I don't have a lot of money and I come from a place where I've never really had a lot of money. Even growing up, we had nice things because of certain circumstances that we fell into as a family. Certain tragedies gave us a little bit more. My mom passed away, and so we got death benefits, and so the death benefits from my mother ended up going towards a lot of experiences growing up, like traveling and things like that. But on a day-to-day basis, we didn't have a lot of money and we didn't go out to eat. We were always very, penny pinching kind of feel. And then I was homeless and, didn't really have a lot of money then. And then I worked in kitchens. You don't really get a whole lot of money there. And I was also an alcoholic and addicted to stimulants. So that's where a lot of my money went. And, I don't expect people to part with their hard-earned cash easily. So with something like this, I don't feel bad about trying to monetize. I can sit down with somebody, run them through what their good qualities are and what their weaknesses are, and figure out a plan that fits for them, and then put it all into a PDF and ship it over to them at the end so that they have something concrete and solid to work from and look back on when they start feeling like their content's getting a little out of hand or straying. They can look on that and go, oh, well, here's my plan. Let's stick with the plan for X amount of time, see what results it gets me, and move on from there. This one is really fun, and I just added, you can request a short video to be made just for you. I'll pop it up on my phone. I'll make a quick video where I talk just to you, answer your question, and it is $2, and I get 95% of that. They won't be super long videos, but for $2, you can cut through the DMs, you can guarantee that you get an answer, and it won't be typed out, misspelled, this and that. It'll be a cohesive, thought out, to the point video answer. And then all of my socials are down here, so everything's easily findable. There's email there for anybody who's interested in contacting me for business, my personal Instagram, TikTok, which hopefully I am loosely active on. Hopefully get more active in the future. TikTok, Twitter, and my YouTube. So everything under one roof. And that's the future that I see for content creators, and that's what that tweet that I sent out the other day meant, where I was talking about creating these sleek, cohesive brands rather than these brands that are just relying on having massive support to be able to sustain themselves, and at a small level, looking at trying to get there from where you are is so incredibly discouraging. But if you can, at whatever level you are, find a way to add value to the community, you can, one, improve your growth potential, and two, start making money earlier to where you can start devoting more time to doing this, and it's a snowball effect where the more time you have, smarter you are with making money and monetizing yourself and your brand, the more time you get to put towards your brand, and it builds. I know that Pokimane just started her consultancy and agency, and I think that's a great idea. Ashley was talking about that too, how these moves are the future of what we all need to be doing, is not just looking at it like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna be an entertainer, I'm gonna, be XQC, I'm gonna be Courage, like those guys, I'll say it right now, the majority of them could not make it in the market today. They are boring, they are arrogant, they don't really have a lot to offer other than the fact that they're really fucking huge. And you cannot approach content creation with that attitude these days. You have to bring something to the table, and you have to be unique and original. You have to have a value beyond just making people want to watch you play. Because there's a lot of people out there who are really good at making people watch them play, and they're a heck of a lot better than you are. I'm just gonna throw it out there. A lot of us are not pro level gamers. If you're a pro level gamer, then absolutely ignore this. If you're doing tournaments and you are crushing it in that, I know a few people right now who are like that, go for that route because you are killing it, and this is not directed towards you at all. But for the average person like myself, the average late 20s, early 30s something person who is trying to get into content creation, you're not going to be able to go that route. We don't have that drive. We don't have that hook of being top tier gamers to where we're going to be able to make that enough of a draw and keep people when somebody else comes along who's a little bit better gamer than us. Because you can have that personality, you can have that drive, but in that scene, you have to keep improving, you have to keep getting better. And if you're just an average everyday gamer, then you're not really going to be competitive enough to make that. You can have a small community, you can have a decent little stream going, but you're never really going to reach that potential of monetization and making this anything more than just a hobby if you aren't focusing on anything other than just your stream. You need to start thinking in an entrepreneurial way, and Koji allows us to do that. So one of the ideas that I had, just looking through their apps that are available, some of my friends on Twitter and Twitch are amazing gamers, and they have a skill that I would love to learn, which is how the fuck do you play battle royale games? Like, I am so bad at them. I love them. I have so much fun, but my strategies, just everything, all my decision making, everything is off, and I realize that. But some of these friends that I have are incredibly good, and if I could sit down with them and schedule time that lines up on both of our calendars, that I know they're available, that we both can just have a little coaching session, and I can learn how to do some of these things and how to play better, I would absolutely do that. I would pay $50 to sit down with somebody who's a great gamer and have them show me for like a couple matches, just like run through some practice. And I think that some of these smaller creators can start doing that and scheduling time to coach people on gaming. You put up a little resume for yourself, you use the app on Koji called Coffee Chats, and you can set it up with Stripe. They will pay with a credit card. They can select from the times that you list you're available, and you set your price, you set the topics. You can even set up topics so that you could coach for like multiple games. And then it just goes right into your Google Calendar, and you get alerts on your phone for it. It's insane. It's so handy, and they're working every day to improve the UI and to improve the options available for scheduling. Right now, it is a little bit basic, but the CEO of that, Chris, I've also talked with him a little bit. He's super cool, and this is a massive passion project for him. So he's really involved with his creators. He wants to see it succeed. So if some of these gamers and streamers start jumping on that train and using that as a method to take monetization into their own hands and start providing a service for people, I think that would be huge. You can also start doing things with Koji where you have digital and physical merchandise storefronts, and you get 95% of the proceeds from that. So if you start doing if you're an educator and you start doing ebooks, you can sell them right there in your link, and just go straight to your Koji wallet. If you are somebody who has a decent sized community and you're starting to sell merch, you can order up a couple t-shirts, sell them straight from your bio, and keep the majority of the profits from that as well. Way better than going through something like Stream Loots or Stream Elements where, you know, you're not getting a very decent cut. You can control how much money you're getting from these things. You can also start doing digital merch. A lot of you, I know some people are not on the NFT train, and I fully respect that. I personally do not own any NFTs because I'm not into collectibles quite that much. I like magic cards and things like that, but I don't really personally give enough of a shit to buy one. But if that is something that you are interested in, you can take that concept over to Koji and have NFT unlocked merchandise so that people in certain communities who own NFTs can have access to them and make it kind of like a fun little secret merch drop or things like that. Like, hey, if you are with me on this project and we both have this, then, you know, boom, here you go. Here's some free merch for you or something like that. There are so many endless possibilities that I think once you start digging into this app and checking it out, that you'll be able to start applying to your own content and figuring out how to monetize just like I am. It just takes imagination, and it takes viewing your content as a brand instead of just you trying to be a streamer and trying to stand out in a sea of streamers. Be a brand in a sea of streamers, and I think you're gonna stand out a hell of a lot more. Gonzo, welcome to the stream. Says, I'm still getting used to Koji. I'd love to use it much more, especially the My Faves link. There's so many options there, and they just keep adding more and more. And you know how they keep adding more and more? I actually talked to him about this, and he gave me the secret, which is something that blew my mind and really changed how I'm starting to view content creation. The way that they're creating apps changed the way that I view creating content, if that makes sense. So all of these apps that they're adding are done in a way so that they can just take, you know, I think he said like on average 10 lines of code and change 10 lines of code and make it a completely different app. And a completely different, unique experience with different features and different highlights. But at the root, it's still the base app. So they're able to just go in, and as people are throwing them ideas, they're like, oh, this is literally that app, just with this, let's just go and tweak that, boom, we have a new app. So they're releasing apps like crazy and just being super efficient and productive by making everything that they do into a good base template. Everything that they do has a good foundation to where it can translate to something else. And if you take that concept and apply it to your content, I think that it makes us much more efficient. Excuse me. If you can, like somebody I was talking to the other day on a consultation, my suggestion for them was to start a newsletter and take that newsletter, the night before you release it, use it as a basically rough transcript for a live stream, and then take the live stream, edit it down to, you know, or not a full live stream, but, you know, a portion of your live stream, edit that down and use that as a YouTube video, and then the next day post the newsletter to your email list with the YouTube video at the bottom for people who want to see that live. And then you can also, from that very same stream, take clips and post them as short form content to target specific communities on YouTube to get more eyes to that video, as well as bringing more eyes to your newsletter and creating a cycle that just feeds itself, because you're repurposing content from a solid base into multiple unique experiences across a consolidated consolidated foundation of platforms. So you're not overwhelming yourself, but you are hitting all of your bases. You have short form video content, you have long form video content, you have live streams, you have social media interaction, and you have email contact list in case anything ever happens to your stream or your accounts. You still have a way to get in touch with people, because email is the one way that you're pretty much always going to be able to get in touch with people. So, you know, just like taking these ideas and applying them on a broader scale of repurposing, reusing, creating unique experiences from the same foundation, it's just really got me thinking a lot. And I think that if everybody can start applying these things, I think that we'll be a little bit better off. That's kind of one of the reasons why the other day, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I tweeted out something like, basically the TikTok Twitch combo, I feel like, is becoming less and less effective compared to the YouTube Shorts, YouTube streaming combo. I think YouTube Shorts and YouTube streaming is going to become the dominant combo for short form, long form, or short form live stream content combination. I think that that's going to start taking over, because TikTok, it seems like it's becoming increasingly hard for people to pull from TikTok to Twitch as the TikTok Twitch scene gets a little bit more saturated, just like Twitch itself has become, or has been for a while now. I think that it's just going to get harder and harder for people to pull over, especially if they do not have that 1,000 followers mark where they can go live. If you go live, I've seen that work really well for people. They go live and it's technically a separate stream, but I don't know. I personally wouldn't risk it because I feel like that's a dumb way to lose your channel. But a lot of people use that where they'll go live on TikTok and be like, hey, I'm going live on Twitch too. Why don't you stop by? And then they'll chat with people on TikTok and Twitch at the same time. And then you have that crossover where people are like, oh, well, I want the full experience, I'm gonna go check them out on Twitch. But that's only when you hit 1,000 followers on TikTok that you're allowed to go live, and it's kind of a sketchy move to begin with. So I just feel like it's kind of hard, and then you run into the same age-old problem of trying to get people to move over from one platform to another with a massive jump between short-form content of 20 seconds or so all the way to a 4 or 5 hour live stream. That's a hard jump to get people to make, even if your short form is really good. Gonzo says, with YouTube Shorts, do you need to make a YouTube channel, or is it similar to Instagram Reels? You need to have a YouTube channel for it, but you can have a channel where you just post shorts. I think that what makes it so impressive to me is the fact that you can do YouTube Shorts and live stream on the same platform. So you don't have to worry about crossover. You can post a short and that'll get traction for months while you are live streaming in the meantime and building attention to your channel, rather than posting a TikTok and building attention to your TikTok profile and then trying to port that over to a different platform. You literally are just bringing attention to your main platform with your short form content. And it's a better algorithm in my opinion. At least I like it better because it has long-term potential reach instead of just TikTok where it freaking cuts you off at a certain point to just go, yep, not showing you to nobody no more. And YouTube doesn't really do that as much, at least in my experience with the short that I posted and the people that I've talked to as well in my research. It just continuously gets views, just like regular YouTube videos. Whereas with TikTok, you are going to have that drop off, and you're going to have to keep posting continuously over and over and over again on a regular basis, or otherwise you lose visibility to your account. The less you post, the less visibility to your account. Whereas with YouTube, it's not necessarily that way. You can post and not do a damn thing for a while, and it's still going to keep showing that individual video if that individual video is performing well. So yeah, I hope that helps kind of explain where I'm coming from on that. Computer Chick says some of my shorts still getting attention. Description and tagging helps as well. Yeah, description definitely helps us a lot. Description and just kind of making sure that you are getting right to the point. I've noticed that with YouTube Shorts, it seems like, I don't have any definite info on this, but it seems like if the short is not super relevant for the first like 10 seconds, then it doesn't seem to perform as well. I don't have any definite info on whether they're doing this, but I know that the regular YouTube crawler bot goes through the first little snippet of regular videos and uses that to see if any profanity for ads and things like that, monetization reasons. But I've always had suspicions that they use it for SEO purposes as well. And it would not surprise me if the shorts algorithm was geared similarly, if that makes sense. I really hope that it is, because that would be much handier to just be able to use the video itself. Like, if the video itself is good and the bot recognizes that and they're like, oh, this is on point and everything matches up, then they push it more. That would be a lot handier than having to just rely on small amounts of metadata crammed into keywords that you're trying to work into a relatively short description that doesn't sound super clickbaity. Because I always feel bad trying to like SEO and keyword up my descriptions, because I hate how hacky it can sound sometimes, because it feels like you're just repeating yourself, and I try really hard not to do that because I've been doing SEO copywriting for a while now, like on and off for 10 years, but like it's still sometimes I'm just like, I am too tired for this right now. Freak it. Going live with the Stream Deck, unboxing my Stream Deck, unboxing Elgato StreamDeck Mini for the first time, and just like repeat the same crap over and over again. And there, SEO keywords. Well, that was fun. I'm going to hop off. I'm not doing a gaming section today. I'm going to do some personal gaming for myself, for my own sanity this afternoon. But I had a lot of fun unboxing this little dude. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get it a little bit more set up today and start showing it off, but it looks like it wants to give me some software troubles, so I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. But I appreciate everyone stopping by, and by the next stream, it should be I'm working Monday night. It's usually my day off, but next Monday I'm working. I should have enough time to stream though during the day. I will make an announcement on Twitter. I'll keep everybody up to date, but I should be able to still do my regular stream on Monday morning around the same time. I'm gonna be doing 3 more streamer Twitter profile reviews. I have a couple of people picked out already. If you'd like to get on that list, make sure you pop over to Twitter and shoot me a DM, and I'll add you. I'm slowly working through it as I go, but we'll get to everybody, I promise. And then I will probably do some more gaming after that stream session. So I'll do 3 profile reviews and then hop into some games after that. And yeah, it should be fun. I'm gonna have a great rest of the day, enjoy my day off. I hope the rest of you guys have a good week too. Peace.